Hi friends, thanks for watching the last video. I'm going to show you some things at Gail's house in case you missed them, and then we're going to go to an antique shop together, so I'm really excited for today's video. Okay friends, I'm at my friend Gail's house, and this is, I think, my favorite piece in your house.
Is it really?
It's
probably my best piece.
It's wonder.
It is.
So do you have a little history about it?
The gentleman that I bought it from is a well-known antique dealer in the area. He's now almost 90 years old. He was in the antique business for about, I want to say, about 70 years.
And
everyone in the area
this?
knows him.
Okay.
He called this a kitchen dresser.
Okay, so
And
this on the sides for what?
These, well, you can put anything in. I have my kitchen towels, my pot holders,
And do you,
linens.
is it like from the area?
This is from our area, yes.
Okay. Now, I'll tell you what I love. These are little
The
spice
box.
drawers.
Yes, the spice drawers.
Okay, and then, Gail, what's up here?
That's a candle box.
Oh, my gosh.
That's for candles, and we have candles in there.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Okay, I just love this. And this, you use this for, like, your kitchen island, right?
This is our yeah. And the very bottom drawer, way down at the bottom, that little skinny drawer, is a knife drawer.
Oh.
It was made for knives.
Well, that's not good for kids.
No, that's what I thought. Boy, they weren't child friendly back then, were they?
And look at those
And
drawers
then
and the handles.
The bins. These are two very deep bins. So we use one for vegetables, one for dog food.
Oh my gosh! And it just goes the whole way down the bin.
Mm-hmm.
And the backboard on this, the trim is just beautiful.
I love it too.
The curve, the color.
Sam said that in his 70 years of being in the antique business, he only saw two of them. He only came across two of them. And this is one of them, and the other one is in his kitchen.
Oh.
This is the other one.
I love it. I just think this is so unique.
Thank you. I needed something for a lot of storage.
Oh, well, it's wonderful. Oh, in one place.
I thought, Dale would like this. There's room for the dog food in here. And then there's a drawer here that comes out. It's going to pull it.
Okay. That's neat. Except for cutting.
For cutting. We use that for our cutting board.
Oh, my gosh. This is just, so in case you missed it, this is one of my favorites. That kitchen dresser is just fantastic. Well, something else in case you missed it. If you notice in a lot of the rooms, Gail hooked a rug that said 1817, 1821. You know, in early homes, a lot of times there were additions. And so Gail and her daughter did the research of the house, and they figured out when there was an addition. And so she marked it by hooking rugs, and they're up on the wall. So in case you missed it, you can go back at the video and look, and you'll know that room was added at that date. I think that's a wonderful idea. I told Gail that we could name this video in case you missed it. But in case you missed it, there's a tree in every room. And a lot of them, Gail made the ornaments for them. But this is a special tree. This is the most personal, with all the ornaments from when the kids were growing up and the grandkids. And also, Gail is known in the area for making special scrapbooks. She just puts her whole heart into them. I'm sure it must take a lot of time to make them. They're very personal, and she makes it so there's pockets in them, and you can put pictures of past Christmases or special parties that happened. And she made us one for the Walker house, and I absolutely love it. I'm working on filling it up. I don't have it filled up, but that's what's special about them. And you can see I went through all these pages, and she also has a scrapbook about their house, and I'll show you that later. Isn't this just wonderful, though? They're absolutely just, she's so talented. And many of you asked if we would do a house tour and explain a lot of the things that are in her home. So hopefully in the spring or summer, I'll go back and that's something that we can do together.
This is a hooked rug I made of Daniel Shriver and his wife. They were the first to have a deed that we found on the house dated 1831, because the original deed from 1817 is in a different land office down in southern Ohio, and we haven't made it down there yet to get her.
And you made this rug?
Deed. I made this rug. It's from a fractor that I found with, and it had the date 1831 on it. I thought, oh my gosh, that's perfect, because Daniel and I had the deed from Daniel and his wife.
And is this
dated
part
1831.
Okay. Is this part of the house 1831 then?
Yes, and this is the part of the house that was added in 1831.
Oh my
so that
gosh.
goes with, the.
Oh, wonderful. And you made a scrapbook like the Christmas one, all about the house.
All about the
house. And
this
was a sheep farm.
And the scrapbook, we had fun with this. Katie and I researched the history of the house, and the scrapbook, it's thick because it has all the names of all the families that have lived here since 1817 and how long they lived here. And there was a grist mill also on the property. So for a long time, when the grist mill was first built, there were just bachelors living here. And there were just men's, and they only stayed about 5 years, and then they'd move out, and another bachelor would come.
Well, that's special. Okay, and Gail, this is the original deed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really special.
From 1831.
Oh, that's really special.
Samuel Bachtel was the gentleman that built the log cabin in 1817, and then this couple came in 1831 and added on to the log cabin.
Well, thank you so much again for sharing your home and all your treasures.
Audrey, thank you for coming.
This is something really fun, too. If you notice, this was the door that Gail opened. And I just love these early old homes. Everybody just made the best out of them. They used all the space. And if you go back and look at the last video, you'll see that there's a little pantry behind this door. Oh, I just love it. When you come into Gail's home through her enclosed porch, there's baskets there filled with pines and pine cones and berries, and I love that. For anybody that likes primitive or country decorating, it just makes for instant decoration. This is a drawer from a fanning mill. David and I both eyed that up, and look how beautiful, filled with green. Gail also has the most wonderful, unique wool implements, and by that I mean that they are tools that you would have used the wool with, made into roving and then into spinning, and carders and wool winders. She has a lot of wool things in her home. Just beautiful. Okay, Gail, so this is cool. This is something new. Since the last time I was here.
Right, I got it from my good friend.
A wool winder, and it's all wood. I mean, that's so primitive.
I love the splay legs, don't you?
Yep, absolutely.
And, it's small enough. You can just slip it right in wherever you got a little room.
That is very cool. Okay, Gail, I noticed all through your house. Well, I love sheep, and you love sheep. We're kindred spirits in so many ways.
Yes, we are.
And I just love, in case anybody missed it, they can go through the video again and check out all the wool things.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of wool things in here. When I started getting into wool, the wool, the things out there, the tools out there for wool are just phenomenal. Like, the wool carders, the combs,
right?
And I love the shears with the. I never just the
with
shear.
the leather cases.
Yes,
those are wonderful.
I just realized
and hard to find.
Yes,
and You do rugs too, huh?
Yes, I do rugs.
Yeah.
I do rugs
She's
and
a
wool
rug
applique.
hooker and a collector
and wool
of the
right.
wool applique.
And we make these little wool. See the little sticks hanging with the wool and the
Yes, I
flax
love
on them.
them.
We make those. Katie and I make those and
Oh,
sell them.
beautiful. Well, thanks for sharing everything.
Oh, thank you for coming, Audrey. Oh my gosh, you do such a good job.
Oh, Gail. Anyhow, if you missed it, go through and look for the wool things.
Yeah.
Gail wanted to take us to her friend Debbie's shop, Piney Creek Primitives, and I'll put the directions and everything in my description here on YouTube. Oh my goodness, I was so excited when I came in. It's like a primitive heaven shop. You know how Gail's house is primitive heaven? There's just so much here. And you know, I've shared with you before that David and I had a shop for over 30 years. And there are some things I sold I wish I didn't sell. And so I've been looking for some things. And I found everything that I wanted here at Debbie's shop. You know, once you have a shop, even though we're retired from it, we still sell things now and then to local people, and you know, we still get calls and go out a lot. I think you always have your toes in the water once you've had a shop, but we love the primitives and the country and the colonial, and I mix that all together in the home that I live in. Our Walker house I try to keep pure as it would have been in the 1820s, but oh my gosh, I felt like I said in primitive heaven. It was just so wonderful being here. Years ago, we were at Debbie's shop when it was across from her home, right down the road. And this is so much bigger, but it's just as nice. And this isn't far from our home. This is just over the Pennsylvania border into Ohio. So I feel like I have a new hangout. David wanted to go the next day. Are you getting in the Christmas spirit yet, in the mood? I think when you go out in the shops, it does help you get into the spirit. You see the lights and the trees, and if you know, I always feel bad for people that are having a bad Christmas. Not every Christmas is good, and I think everybody has sometimes better ones than others. And I just feel like when you get out and about and you're with people, I mean, David and I both were like, okay, let's go home and decorate. Let me put on some happy Christmas music, and then I can't wait to take you home with me to show you what I bought. I'm so excited. I feel like, oh, I just, how excited I get. I'm like, I'm at Gail's house. But I was so excited. I wanted a medium-sized bowl, and I had a place for it. But then when I got home, it has a hole in it, and I'm thinking of a place to hang it up. I have an ugly security system pin pad, and I've always wanted to cover that up. And so I'm going to hang it up, and it goes over it just perfectly. When I saw this redware crock, I was so excited. This is exactly where I wanted to put it, and I love them with the handles. You don't see them that much with the handles, and it goes right with my redware sheep on the shelf, and I was so excited. But then when I got it home, I found another place for it too. So I have to go back. Well, our front porch has just been a disaster, and it's called Katie May. Our dog just not leave anything alone. She has chewed some of the banister, the railings. We've tried everything from vinegar to the stuff you buy in the stores, and you just have to keep an eye on her constantly. You just can't let her out there by herself. So I'm going to spray these legs and hope for the best. I can't wait. I am just going to load this. Well, she called it a dough box. It was a cradle at one time. I'm going to load it up with greens and I have a baby Jesus I'm going to put in there, and we're just going to hope that Katie May stays away from it. Not sure if you saw this horse wind directional in the shop, and I love it. It's not real old, but the price reflected it, and I think I'm going to actually paint it with a flat paint, and I'm sure I'll find a spot for it. I was so happy to get this red and white quilt. I thought it was for a display, and here it was for sale. You can always use a red and white quilt at Christmas time, and it wasn't perfect, but I'm going to put it at the bottom of my Christmas tree because I don't want something perfect down there, because Miss Katie May keeps whatever I put down there, keeps taking it away. So it's okay if this quilt gets moved around. My brother always asks why I don't decorate a foot down from the tree, and it's always because of the corgis. I've been looking for a carrier and can't find one. Oh my goodness, I had like a selection to pick from. I just love this. I can't wait to fill it with oranges and cranberries. And thank you, Debbie. You just have a wonderful shop. And guys, look at this. Did you see it in Gail's video? She gifted us this rug. I was just like blown away, and I didn't want it to get dirty, so I thought I'm just going to keep it up on a table. But it fits perfectly between where my front door and the closet door is when you come in my home. And this is our front of the house, and nobody uses that door. Nobody will be stepping on it, so it'll stay clean, but it fits perfectly. It's like somebody made it for this spot. I hope you all have a day to go to Piney Creek if you love primitives and country things. It's just a wonderful shop. So I hope you get to go there. And I want to thank Gail for, again, letting us in her home and her hospitality. And everybody has just been so wonderful to Dave and myself. And I'm so excited that we hit 3,000 subscribers, and I'm like, oh, our little channel in my little corner, in my little bubble of the world is growing. And I have to tell you, I'm excited. It gives us a chance to travel and go see more homes and do more things, and it's the creativeness is, exchanged from us having a shop, and I feel like it is a community. It's so different than other social media. YouTube is like a community, like you love this kind of decorating and nature, and when I show the sheep and a little bit of the recipes, and we just want to thank each and every one of you. It really means the world to us. So this is Holly saying goodbye, and I do hope to see you real soon. I know I say that, it sounds like a cliche, but we really do. Have a good day, friends.